What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of Meat on the 50. Yes, we are on to NFL week number 7, and it is time to break down the action. We got another early morning game from London. Hopefully, it's not going to be better, but hopefully it is better. And then we got not one, but two Monday night football games to end our week. So without further ado, let's start the show. Welcome back. Welcome back to another edition of Meat on the 50. Yes, it is time to break down these NFL games, the action, give you what we think is going to happen, bring back our quick picks, talk about some of these games that need to be talked about, just break all the action that we have in front of us. Hi, how's it going? I'm Jacob Cutler, one half of the Sports Guys, and as always, joining me, he is the other half of the Sports Guys. He is none other than Mr. Brandon Sullivan. Brandon! We shall be on the road this week. Yes, we will be in Boston, Beantown. I mean, how you feeling? You excited? You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. It's going to be fun, obviously, to be New England in the fall. We did this 2 years ago. I'm sure we'll be doing it again in a couple years, but it's fun to go over there, obviously, and it'll be fun to be able to watch some of this NFL action this year again. I know last year we watched some of it at Treehouse, but this year we'll be at Banners. We'll be at Banners right outside of the TD Garden so we can watch all the games. So we'll be able to see all of them.
Boom. Sports Guys going to Banners. If you're going to be there in Boston this weekend, come by, say hi, say hey, what's up. You may not know who we are, but we'll say what's up back, right? That's what we do. We're gonna be happy to meet you, right? Come have a beer with us. Before we break down these games for this week, let's just quickly talk about how we did last week. Let's put it up on the screen. Yes, for yourself, great week, 11-3, 1-0 on your guaranteed victory. For myself, 9-5, 1-0 on my guaranteed victory. Your Eagles just scraping by the Dukies, and then of course the Detroit rolling Motor City Lions absolutely just taking the Cowboys to the woodshed. Overall for the season, that puts us at, for yourself, 56-36, 20 games above 500. Solid. 3-3 on your guaranteed victories. For myself, 52-40, 4-2 on my guaranteed victories. We started off slow, and now we are rolling. Let's wipe those off the screen and let's get into the action. So, my friend, let's break down these quick picks. All righty, starting us off in week 7 with our quick picks. We got two teams on buys this week. We got the Chicago Bears, who 4-2, well-deserved, coming from London, getting their bye. And then you have the Dallas Cowboys, who, I mean, man, oh man, if they could use a break, it's right now, because they are just absolutely, and the ship's burning. The ship's burning fast over there in Dallas, with Jerry accosting radio hosts, threatening their job and all this stuff, coming off like an idiot, Dak being paid all this money and absolutely crapping the bed. Dallas Cowboys getting a break, getting a much-needed break. But we got some teams playing, so let's kick us off with our first quick pick game. Kicking us off on Thursday, we got the 3-3 Denver Broncos traveling to the 2-4 New Orleans Saints. What do you got for me? I believe Spencer Rattler will be back at quarterback for this one. I don't know if Derek Carr is going to be just healthy yet.
Give me the Broncos, just because of the quarterbacking situation. I think that the Broncos will bounce back and win this game. Saints didn't really impress me last week, so I think Broncos take this one pretty easily.
Yeah, this one's going to be good. I mean, Broncos on the road. This is going to be a good test for the Denver Broncos and also the New Orleans Saints. I mean, this is a game that could truly go either way. We'll go with the Broncos. We'll go with the Broncos in a close game, getting the job done to kick us off on Thursday night. Moving us on to Sunday morning. Yes, not Sunday morning, Sunday early morning. Yeah, at the wee hours in London. We got the New England Patriots, the 1-5 New England Patriots traveling to take on the 1-5 abysmal Jacksonville Jaguars. What do you got for me?
So are we gonna actually get up and watch?
No,
Are you gonna be concerned? Okay. You're not too concerned. Okay.
no.
Wanted to make sure that you didn't want to be at a bar at 9:30 trying to watch this and okay. Okay.
It'll
Well,
be
I
on the
don't
phone. We
either.
won't be at a bar. We'll be on
I'm
the
not
phone.
watching the game on the phone either. And if you have that game on the phone,
I'll give you some
that
updates.
screen might get shattered. Give me Jaguars. Move on.
Okay. Take it, Jaguars. I'm gonna go with the Patriots. Drake May taking his second start, taking it to London. I think he balls out. Patriots getting the job done against the abysmal Jacksonville Jaguars. Moving on to our morning games, we got the 1-4 Tennessee Titans traveling to Buffalo to take on the 4-2 Buffalo Bills. What do you got for me?
Very simple, very easy, very straightforward. The Bills.
I'm going to copy right behind you. Very simple, very straightforward. The Bills. Our next game, we got the 2-4 Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Dookie City. Yes, that is the 1-5 Cleveland Dookie Browns. What do you got for me?
I got to roll with the Bengals, man. You lost. I mean, the Browns are terrible. There's nothing that I have seen.
This game, dude.
Yeah, and you lost Amari Cooper. You're just done. If the Bengals lose this game, I'll be very disappointed. I'll be very disappointed. Give me
Stuff will be broken. Stuff will be broken if the Bengals drop this game. Yeah. Again, you guys are all lucky you didn't get to see the Washington Commanders video because you thought that slander was bad. Oh, it would be a million times worse if we drop a game to the Cleveland Dookie Browns, who in the past have had our number. It is true. They have had our number. Oh, we've had a hard time beating them, but this seems like the year that we finally are able to get the job done. Please let it be the year. I can't lose to the rapists. We're going Bengals, getting the job done there on the road. Moving on, we got the Miami Dolphins, the 2-3 Miami Dolphins traveling to Indianapolis to take on the 3-3 Indianapolis Colts. What do you got for me?
Give me the Colts. Just give me the Colts. I don't have any faith in the Dolphins right now. So, and Indianapolis at home, I kind of like that. I think that they'll advance to 4-3.
I like the Colts, man. Colts are playing tough. Joe Flacco, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I got Joe Flacco and the Colts handling business there at home. Our next and our last quick pick game of the morning, we got the 3-2 Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the 2-4 New York Giants. Big divisional game here. What do you got for me?
I got to roll with the Eagles. I just didn't like what I saw from the Giants last week, and I don't know. I think it's going to be close, but I just don't think they have what it takes to beat the Eagles.
Yeah, you know what that's my imaginary watch telling me that the time is ticking there in Philadelphia for Nick Sirianni. Mr. Baldy coming out with his buzz cut, talking to the fans about how sorry he is. Yeah, whatever. Nick Sirianni looks like a sleazeman that sells $5 watches on the side of a street in one of those leather coats that he opens up, and there's just a bunch of watches there. That's what Nick Sirianni looks like. We're going to go with the New York Giants. We're going to go with the New York Giants because Nick Sirianni's time there in Philadelphia is limited, and nothing would be greater than the New York Giants helping him waltz right out the door. Moving on to our afternoon quick pick games. We got the 2-4 Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the 1-4 Los Angeles Rams. What do you got for me?
I'm just going to roll with the Rams. I just didn't like what I saw with the Raiders last week, and I don't know. I just every time I pick them, I feel it. It's a tough one, but I mean, I want the Raiders to win this because I hate the Rams, but I just think the Rams win at SoFi.
I got the same line of thinking as you. I'm going with the Rams for pretty much the exact same reasons. I honestly want to pick the Raiders, but this is the type of game that the Rams are just kind of set up to win, especially after that Devontae Adams news, just especially after all the turmoil that the Raiders are going through yet again. Moving on, Rams get the job done. They're at home. Moving on to our next game, we got the 1-5 Carolina Panthers traveling to the 4-2 Washington Commanders. What do you got for me?
Oh, I got a guaranteed victory. I got the Commanders winning this one. I think it's just going to be a blowout for sure. I mean, they're in Landover, Maryland. They had a close game, hard fought game against the Ratbirds last week. So give me the Commanders. Give me the Redskins. Sorry, give me the Redskins.
It took
Guaranteed victory.
7 weeks, but finally, whoop 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 whoop, we got a double guaranteed victory, baby. Yeah, we're rolling with the Commanders to absolutely handle business against the Carolina Panthers. Washington Commanders handle business against the Carolina Panthers. A little bit of a rhyme there. At home, big. I think this is a big bounce back victory for the Commanders. Moving on to our Sunday night game, we got the 2-4 New York Dumpster Fire Jets. Yes, we got the New York Dumpster Fire Jets traveling to the Steel City of Pittsburgh to take on the 4-2 Pittsburgh Steelers. I can't believe it. Can't believe it that they're 4-2. What do you got for me?
I think the Jets are going to win this game. I really don't even think the Steelers are that good. I don't.
They're not.
And the jury was out on the Seahawks. You were all on that Seahawk train for the first 2 weeks, and
they were looking good.
I feel the same way about the Steelers. I think Russell Wilson's going to have to come in at some point, and I think the Jets, if Devontae plays, it's going to be, I don't even think it's going to be close. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the Jets in a close one.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be an interesting game, a very interesting game. I'll tell you what, if the Jets lose this, then, I mean, there's a lot more issues there in New York than just Robert Saleh. And if the Pittsburgh Steelers win this game, I mean, what will it take to kill this team? How? That's what I want to know. How? Give me the damn Steelers to beat the stupid New York Dumpster Fire Jets at home on Sunday Night Football. Embarrassing Aaron Rodgers and the New York Dumpster Fire Jets even further. Moving on to Monday, we got the 3-2 Los Angeles Chargers traveling to the 2-4 Arizona Cardinals. What do you got for me?
I'm going to roll with the Chargers. I mean, I think that, them winning last week, I really didn't think they were going to win, and this is kind of a toss-up for me. I honestly think it could go either way, but I'd rather the Chargers win because the Cardinals are in our division. Just whatever separation we can get from other teams, so we're not having to worry about that. It's great. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to roll with the Chargers as well, just because just the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, we should do our own power rankings and just put all the consistently inconsistent teams together. The Arizona Cardinals are another one of those teams, just like your favorite consistently inconsistent team, the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego, who historically are the most, who basically are to that category. But we could fit a lot of teams in that category. I feel like this season, which the Arizona Cardinals are one of those teams, right? They have good pieces, just not putting it together. Los Angeles Chargers have good pieces, not really blowing you off the page, not really doing much to impress you. So we're going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers, just like you, getting the job done there on Monday night. That'll do it for the quick picks. Let's get those off the screen and let's get into these games that actually matter. Going all the way back to Sunday morning, we got the 3-3 Seattle Seahawks traveling to Georgia, the Peach State, to take on the 4-2 Atlanta Falcons. Big game. The Seahawks, right? Like you said, they were riding high for those first 3 victories, ran into that buzzsaw in Detroit, boom, fell off a cliff. Could be looking at 3 straight losses, could potentially be 4 straight losses with the hot Atlanta Falcons. What do you got for me?
Telling you, man, Atlanta plays a lot of games at home.
They do.
It's starting to remind me of Cowboys. I feel like every time we do a pick, it's like the Atlanta Falcons, the Atlanta Cowboys. The Atlanta Falcons are playing in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. So, This should have been a quick pick too. The Falcons are going to destroy the Seahawks. The Seahawks don't have a chance in this game. So I think that, I'm going to say that the Falcons win by 2 or more touchdowns.
Okay, big call there. I like it. This should, like I said, I've been praising the Atlanta Falcons. They definitely have seemed to be putting everything together, right? Raheem Morris seems to be getting that team going, right? It starts at the top, then trickles down. Kirk doing a great job there at quarterback, getting, people involved who haven't been involved, right? Kyle Pitts is that key example there. The man has been non-existent for his start of his NFL career. Kirk comes in and suddenly he looks like a viable tight end. He looked like the tight end that we all knew he was going to be. Drake London looking good. B.J. Robinson looking good. You have a bunch of these other guys, Darnell Mooney looking good. So you have a bunch of these guys who are balling out for the Atlanta Falcons. Then on the flip side, you have the Seattle Seahawks, who, like I said, started off really hot. Geno Smith looked good. DK Metcalf was looking good. Tyler Lockett was looking good. Then their running game was looking good. But like it does seem to happen year in and year out, unhealthiness at the running back position puts the Seahawks back. And we've seen it happen. 3 straight losses, could potentially be 4. And I think we're both on the same page. We both think it's going to be 4 straight losses. I think the Atlanta Falcons handle business here in a closer game than he thinks. But I think the Atlanta Falcons get the job done there at home. Moving on, we got the 5-1 Houston Texans traveling to the cheese state of Wisconsin to take on the 4-2 Green Bay Packers. Massive game here. What do you got for me?
Yeah, this is a big one. This is the hardest pick of the week.
It's a good one, man. This is a good one.
Give me Houston.
Ooh, I like it.
Green Bay could potentially win this game, and I would not be surprised, but something tells me that Houston's going to go on the road in Lambeau Field, and they're going to squeak by and win by, less than a touchdown.
Okay.
I think that CJ Stroud balls out, but I think Jordan Love has a good game too, and I just think that the Texans are going to advance to 6-1.
I'm a big believer in this Houston Texans team. Historically, have not been a big believer in the Houston Texans. But there's something different. There is something different about this Green Bay Packer team. Jordan Love, right? The Green Bay Packers, known for having historically great quarterbacks. Jordan Love looks like he's getting up to those ranks. So, it's only fitting. It's only fitting. Give me the cheeseheads, baby. Give me the cheeseheads. Give me the Green Bay Packers handling business at home against the 5-1 Houston Texans, going to 5-2 for the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, another MVP-like performance, balling out there in Green Bay. We're going with the Packers, getting the job done there at home. Our next game, and we have another monster, absolute monster game. We got the 4-1 Detroit rolling. Motor City Lions, baby, traveling to the 5-0 Minnesota. Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings. What do you got for me?
Yeah, this is definitely, I think some of these games we're going to definitely have to make sure that we request these. They need to be on at whatever. Yeah. I think we're going to have to get established before, and we'll have to check banners. We'll have to check bars, see what their situation is. Yeah. See, hey, are you going to be able to put these games on? If you need to make a call to another bar down the street, but we need to make sure that in the morning we have the Texans Packers games.
I like it.
We have the Browns Bengals game on, and we have the Lions Vikings. This Lions Vikings game reminds me of how important the morning slate of games is.
Yeah, for real.
I gotta roll with the Vikings until somebody knocks. Until somebody knocks them off. They're at US Bank Stadium. I was there. It's a crazy atmosphere. Until somebody knocks them off, I got to roll with them. I think the Lions have the best chance so far out of their first 6 games, for sure.
Yeah.
This Lions team will be the best team that they have faced. I say that the Lions are even better than the 49ers. Yes, I said it. The Lions right now are better than almost every team in the NFL. Yeah. I'm going to say the Lions are better than the Chiefs right now. So even though the Chiefs are undefeated, I do think that the Lions get it done, or sorry, the Vikings get it done. I do think the Lions will keep it close, though. I do think it comes down to the very, very end of the game. I just think that the Vikings defense is going to do enough the Lions are definitely not scoring 47 points. So, yeah, I got to roll with the Vikings.
This game there's going to be one question and one question only that's going to come from this game. And then going into this game, it's the same question. How big a loss is Aiden Hutchinson for the Detroit Lions? That is the question that will be asking going into the game. And that'll be the question that'll be answered coming out of the game because, this is the real first test for the Minnesota Vikings. And this is a real first test for the Detroit Lions. I mean, I know Detroit's had some games, but this is a real test. The way that Brian Flores' defense is playing right now, lights out, electric, flying to the ball, getting it done. Sam Darnold, resurrecting his career a little bit. You got Justin Jefferson, you got Jordan Addison. They just went and got another running back. I'm spacing on who it was because Aaron Jones is injured, but they just went out and signed a new running back that will be there. But Minnesota, you're right. This is going to be one of their toughest tests that they've received in their 6 games. And Minnesota's another team that, do they play every game at home also? I feel like every one of these massive games are at home. The Texans was at home. The 49ers at home. The Detroit Lions at home. Granted, they'll play the Lions on the road. But again, these massive games have seemingly all been at home. I was going to go with the Lions. Then you went with the Vikings, and I kind of want to go with you on the Vikings because I think it's a good pick, but I'm going to stick with my original pick. I'm going to go with the Lions, getting the job done. They're on the road, handling the business and getting the Minnesota Vikings their first loss of the season. Big game. Big game. Very excited to watch that game. Moving on to our afternoon game. We got 2 games left. Moving on to our afternoon game. And man, oh man, NFL schedule makers, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't need Jim Nantz and Tony Romo on the call. I don't need it. Give me Mike. Give me Chris. Give me the right stage that this game should be played on. You messed around and you joked around and you put the Bengals Chiefs on some floozy afternoon game. Stupid. Now you do it again. NFL schedule makers. What happened? What happened? Our final game of the afternoon, we got the 5-0 Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Santa Clara to take on the 3-3 San Francisco 49ers in a Super Bowl rematch. What do you got for me?
So I'll let you know what happens because I'm pretty sure you're not going to be interested in watching this one. So I'll definitely keep you updated.
Interested in that, knocking that mouth around if you keep it up, dude.
I guess it'll just be Jordan and I watching it.
Oh, that mouth is disgusting.
You're probably gonna go sightseeing.
Mouth is disgusting. Yeah, you're right. I'd rather go see the Freedom Trail and watch that garbage team be given to the refs. That game's gonna go right to the refs, dude. We know, dude. It's the Chiefs versus you versus the refs. We know.
But it's not going to be CBS that's doing this one. It's Fox, and it's going to be First Down.
It's your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy.
Oh, Samuel. Your guy, Joe Davis. Going to be hosting that game.
Yeah, Brandon loves Joe Davis until he found out that he was the Dodgers play-by-play man. Now he hates him.
Yeah, that's what ruined it. That's what ruined it.
I hate him.
Give me Joe Buck on this one, man. Yeah, give me Joe Buck.
Or Troy. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Troy and Joe, man. Troy Aikman, dude. Like that's like my favorite tandem because I really like. Dude, Troy Aikman's awesome on the call.
He's good. Yeah, he's really good. He's gotten better.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people don't like Chris Collinsworth, but I do. I think he's funny. Like, oh man, yeah. Well, you get a guy like, yeah. Oh man, did you see that? Yeah. That might have been the greatest catch I've ever seen when he did the Odell Beckham call.
He's seen a lot of greatest catches he's ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, man. I just can't pick against my team. If I was a Niners fan, I'd pick the Chiefs. If I wasn't a Niners fan, I'd pick the Chiefs.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, like as you mentioned, the officiating is always lopsided. We don't have Christian McCaffrey. I'm not trying to make excuses, but we just our defense is I don't know, they showed up against Seattle. I'm hoping that the team is motivated and said, hey, we have not beat the Chiefs in like Shanahan's career. We've never beat them. Like, let's not even think about the Super Bowl completely. Like, let's think about the fact that we've never been able to beat this team. Can we get over this hump somehow? Obviously, let's not try to revenge the Super Bowl because a regular season game does not even compare to the Super Bowl. So you're not avenging anything. Like, let's just go in with the fact that we've never beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I have never seen the Niners beat Mahomes. And so that's concerning to me. Like, the motivation should be there to say, hey, we're at home. Okay. We had a big win last week. There were some things that we should clean up against the last game that we played them in the Super Bowl. It was close. The offense left the field with the lead. We were up 22-19 when we left the field. Defense could not make a stop. I'm not completely blaming anybody. The coin toss was stupid, whatever. Please just somehow find a way. I mean, there's a part of me that's just like, come on. But I mean, I'm not optimistic. I'm just being a realist here. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to be pessimist. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I don't want to be any of that. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that if the officials get involved, the Niners don't have a chance. But I got to pick the Niners in this one simply because they're my team. But if we win, I honestly think it's like 21-20. Like, it's a 1-point game. Like, there's not going to be anything more than, a point.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. I think you're absolutely right. I think it's going to be a good game. But typically how these ones work out is traditionally how the team they played each other in the regular season. I thought after it was like 2 years ago and they won, the Niners. Didn't they play?
No, we lost. It was in Boston. I was coming back from Boston that weekend, and they lost to the Chiefs.
In the regular season?
We have not beat the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes under center.
All right. Traditionally, when you lose the big game like that, that team comes out. The team that lost kind of comes out with the fire kind of lit under them. From one to kind of stick it to them, right? Run to put it back to them. This gonna be. I mean, the Chiefs are the worst 5-0 team I've ever seen, and we all want to praise. Well, the media wants to praise Patrick Mahomes. Oh, he's so great, blah, 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 what he's doing, blah, 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 blah. I mean, what Patrick Mahomes is doing, obviously, is kind of prototypical what he does. Yes, he has been gifted some very good opportunities thanks to the officiating that he has gotten, and the Chiefs have gotten largely. So, not saying that their success is all due to the officiating. The Chiefs have earned some of those victories, but again, the Chiefs are easily 3 or 4 plays away from being 2-3. So they are not a good 5-0 team. They do not strike fear in me. I am not afraid of the Kansas City Chiefs. If anything, this is the time to capitalize. They are not a good team. And letting them just kind of slowly get better as the season rolls on, that's exactly what they want. That's exactly how their engine gets going. You got to put it down now. Teams have got to capitalize now, which means you can't give it to the refs. It can't be a 1-point, 2-point, 3-point, 7-point victory. It needs to be 10, 14, 21. You need to beat this team. You need to beat them, because if you don't beat them, you got to think about it this way. You're up by 7, it's a tie game. You're up by 3, it's a tie game. You got to be up by 14, 21 points to know that you're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That's just how it goes. Not only with the Chiefs' talent and their ability to come back, but also with the officiating. Again, the officiating makes a massive difference in the way that the game's outcomes happen, whether people want to admit it or not. Yes, players and plays obviously can determine the outcome of games. Calls can also determine the outcome of games, whether people want to admit it or not. It changes your mentality, changes what you would do on certain plays. It changes everything about what you're doing in that moment in time. Give me the San Francisco 49ers to handle business, get revenge against the Kansas City Chiefs there at home. Sorry, our last game. We got one more. We got one more game. Our last Monday night game, it's a good one. We got the 4-2 Baltimore Ravens traveling to the 4-2 Baker Bay's Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home after Hurricane Milton came rolling through. What do you got for me?
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out a place to watch this too, because this is going to be a hell of a game.
Yep.
Man.
Do it. Do it. You want to do it. I know it. You want to do it. Do it. It's his time. It's his time, baby.
I got to go with the Ravens.
Oh, my goodness.
Go with the Ravens, the Ratbirds, man. I just do. It's too good to be true, man. This is a prove-it game for me, Bucks. If you can win this game, I really think, and I said the same thing about the Commanders.
You did. You did.
I think you're the real deal. If the Buccaneers, if you beat the Ravens this week, I will think you are the real deal in the NFC. I will think that you are a top 3 team in the NFC, or at least top 5. Yeah. So my thing is this is a big game. You're at home. You have the opportunity to do this. But until somebody stops King Henry in the flesh, whoop, whoop, I can't see it. I got to pick your
be careful.
Baltimore Ratbirds.
Be careful. This guy.
Win this one.
Yeah, Derrick Henry absolutely balling out. I mean, it blows my mind at how uncompetitive truly these owners are. It just blows my mind. Why would you allow him to go to the Baltimore Ravens? I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. These uncompetitive owners, these people who are just so happy with mediocrity. Baltimore Ravens, I mean, definitely looking like, in my opinion, the best team in the AFC. They are better than the Chiefs as it stands now. What's going to happen in the playoffs? I don't know. But in terms of what I'm looking at right now, the Baltimore Ravens are the better team. Like you said, this is a prove-it week. This is a prove-it week for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I mean, like you said, you want to be taken seriously? You got to make some statements. You got to make some statements. You made one last week by putting up a 50 burger. Don't tell me that you're going to come in on Monday and only put up 10 points, 14 points, like some of these teams have done, right? Don't tell me that you've scored all your points last week. No. Keep it going. Keep it going, right? Baltimore Ravens, they got it. They figured it out, right? They started 0-2, right? It was not looking good for them. They figured it out. They got that running game going, which is allowing the receivers to get open, which is allowing Lamar Jackson to play way better than he has played in any time that I have seen him in the NFL. This is his best season by far in terms of how he has looked as an NFL quarterback. So, Baltimore Ravens, this is a test. This is a test, but I'm not going with the Ravens. I went with the Steelers. I ain't going with the Ravens. We're going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Baker Bays, getting the job done on Monday night, solidifying that massive prove-it victory against the Baltimore Ravens. Tampa Bay Buccaneers get the job done there at home. That's going to do it. That is going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. Yes, we are done with NFL Week number 7's picks. We got a review episode, but we're done with the picks. It is time for the action to be played. Brandon, any last words for the people?
Please. If it's one game all season I want to win, besides the Seattle Seahawks, let's allow us to beat the refs. Just one time. Just one time can we beat the refs, please? I'm not even going to address the team. Just allow us to beat the refs once, please. Because we know it's going to be close, and it's going to come down to officiating. Can we beat them somehow? It's a tough test.
We're ready for Boston. Brandon and I will be out to Boston here very shortly. We're looking forward to it. we may have some content for you guys from Boston. We're working at it. We're looking at things that we could potentially do for you guys to just kind of show, give you guys some what we're doing. But we are very excited to be out to Boston to watch these games take place this weekend. It's going down. We got some good action. We got some great action, in my opinion. NFL schedule makers, fix it. I don't need to watch the Jets and the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. I don't. That's atrocious. Disgusting. Get it out of here. Whew, man. End the show with a little rage. That's how you got to do it sometimes. That's going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. I am Jacob Cutler, one half of the Sports Guys, and he is Brandon Sullivan, the other half of the Sports Guys. And as always, you know what I like to do. Until our review episode, Brandon and Jake, we're out.